The next 48 to 72 hours are by far the most important for XRP. This will cause the 30 line to rise to between 3297 fee cents and 201. Because there has been a big change in the charts, this is what happened. A lot of new money will be added to XRP over the next 48 to 72 hours. These things are going to happen very soon. In order to show how this number will be looked at, we are going to talk about this thing in great detail. Seeing a lot of people just strikes me as fascinating. Putting up numbers without any proof makes it look like it's finally going to happen. There was still $2 billion added to the XRP system, and it's very likely that the price will hit 57 or 21 in the next 48 hours. It all comes down to the housing market. The whole real estate business will be able to use the XRP distributed system thanks to one of the biggest companies in the world. In other words, that's what they plan to do. To do this, they will directly add real estate deals worth $2 billion, $1,000 in 1,000 XRP coins in the XRP ledger, and by burning real tokens worth more than 500,000. This will cause all of XRP to be burned in just 48 hours. There is no doubt that this is very important. It is important for XRP and the whole SAPI system that this happens. Risk rate value worth more than $2 billion will be moved from off-chain systems to the XRP ledger. It is very clear that this is a big step forward when it comes to using the XRP ledger and XP for real-world things like real estate. The truth is that things are about to get much stranger because of some people think it starts at $1 billion and slowly rises to trillions of dollars over time. The XRP system will be able to work after all of that. Thanks for watching. We've teamed up with Apple to give away up to 100 worth of anyone who sees this movie. Before we start, I want to get this done as quickly as possible. The worth of XRP is 3 DAI right now, but tomorrow could go up to tens of thousands of dollars. This means that you should enter for free right now while you still have the chance to do so. Just click like on the movie and tell your friends about it. Using the link in the description, you can finish a transaction and agree to our terms. After that, you can leave a comment in the section set aside for comments. It needs to be said again that you can get this money for free. For this reason, I strongly think that you should move on to the next step. I think we should start the video right away. The price of XRP is not the real price of the coin right now. This is something that needs to be made very clear. The real value of XRP is around tens of thousands of dollars, as shown by many news stories, studies, and the opinions of people who work in the technology business. The head of the government, Versen Eldra, who has many connections in the money world, said on a show that the Australian central bank had been quoted as saying that XRP would be worth tens of thousands of dollars. People think that Eldra is one of the best experts, which is why it was clear when the International Monetary Fund, IMF, said that Ripple would eventually be added to the International Settlement Interest Association, USDA, that it would also help the futures market get 1.25 quadrillion. That's the question that needs an answer. How does Ripple handle 1.25 quadrillion XRP without charging a few $1,000s? That won't work though. Based on this, we can say that XRP will cost a total of tens of thousands of dollars. It also has a lot to do with Arthur Bashard, who helped to create and said that XRP is meant to be used for $10 and should be able to grow to fit 7.4 billion people. Both of these statements make a big difference in the case. Two different lines both talk about the same number. Further, Forbes just recently put out an article confirming that XRP will hit 60 ZAR in price. XRP is the new Bitcoin, and it's going to 59 ZAR should be the title of the piece. I think it will be 0974. The price of tens of thousands of dollars per XRP is something we're going to talk about again. Do not take what I say at face value. Please give this some thought. A price had already been agreed upon by the Monetary Fund before all of this merging started. That hasn't happened in a while. It was Linda P. who taught me a lot, and they agreed on a price. Some time ago, son of hers worked for the Central Bank of Australia. He and she agreed on a price, which she said was very high, according to what they said. This time, when we talk about the price of XRP, we need to think about the amount of debt in the world and the reasons why central banks want to get rid of it. They also want to make XRP a form of cash so the digital economy is more open to the things they plan to use. The XRP currency is a way to use money to make the world economy better. When you think about all of these things, what comes to mind? Following David Shore advice, the price must also be pretty high. It seems likely that the price of XRP will go above 32.97 in the next 48 to 72 hours, assuming that the price is set in the thousands of dollars, like at $10,000, $105,000. These numbers show that a lot of money is being added to the XRP record in a short amount of time. For another thing, one researcher says that the price of XRP could hit 5,721 in as little as 3 days. You'll be able to see for yourself on the charts when XRP hits a new high of $2 billion. Trust me when I say this. If we're being honest, to be honest, we went over Real 5, and it's pretty clear this is a huge organization that works all over the world. Remember this, while Real FI is a big company, it has now hit a whole new level by letting people use XRP and Real Token to buy real estate. This is without a doubt an important move. When you look at the Real badge, which is the ticket being used, you will see that it is pretty big. To put it simply, this is very important. I think this has a lot of, I did end up buying a lot of Real Token because of its promise. Although it was only worth a tenth of a penny at first, this item's value has gone through the roof and is now worth 3 cents. The price will be much higher though. This topic has been talked about a lot among experts and people working in the industry. It looks like the price of this item is going to skyrocket in the next 48 hours, probably even more than the price of XRP. These are the reasons why there are only 15 million Real Tokens in circulation. On September 12th, 20 million more will be burned. This is why the quantity will only be 40 million for the next 48 hours. which is 22 million more than before. This is a pretty small amount of ammunition, even though there are only 22 million left for the first part. In other words, you should want a lot, get a lot of help, and not fight much. However, the score curve for real coin is still 100% out of 100 when you look at it that way. If you ask me, this is a very strong sign. For the ban, I give it a perfect score. I was given a low risk here just now. At least 2 of the top sellers are a little risky. At this point, there are 3 utility wallets in use, and that number keeps going up every day. The truth is that the money will be changed into real tokens, which will be sent out soon. It will happen very soon. Once more, study that is not financially supported, funded, or backed up. I do think, though, that this will be the most important launch of the real coin anywhere in the world's history. And right now,